Hello, it's Jo from Emily Cat 176. It's Friday and it's a book review. So last week I said I had a choice of books and I chose to read this one. This one has 3 novels. A Dark Adapted Eye by Barbara Vine. So this is the first one I've read. As I said last week, Barbara Vine was the pseudonym for Ruth Rendell. And this is the second Barbara Vine book I've read, because as I said, Asta's book, she wrote as Barbara Vine. These novels, they're more of a psychological study, and they are a very good read. So A Dark Adapted Eye begins on the morning that someone is going to be hung as a murderess. The narrator is called Faith, and her aunt Vera has killed her sister Eden. She's been convicted and she's going to be hung. This is how the novel starts, and it's interesting because Faith is the daughter of their brother John, and John idolizes his sisters, and he has raised them up to this standard of all that is good and great about English womanhood. So this is bubbling along in the background. And suddenly there's this fracture where a murder has happened. And as I said, one sister's been killed, his other sister has done the crime. And apart from anything else, this novel is good in showing how a murder doesn't just affect one family. It's the ripples that go out. It's the other siblings, it's the cousins, it's the friends. Everyone is affected by this crime and what has happened. At the same time, the novel then moves forward, and Faith is an adult woman, and a journalist has written to her, and he is thinking of writing about this crime and about Vera being hung, and he wants her to jot down her memories of that time, of the lead up to the murder, because it all happened during the Second World War, and Faith, like many children in London, is sent off to the country when the bombing starts. Now, when she is sent, and Vera and Edith, they live in the country, she is only 11 years old, and she's a very sheltered, quite naive 11-year-old. So she is sent up to Vera and Eden's to keep her safe, out of London, away from her mother and father, to keep her safe. And that house, now this is where Ruth Rendell is so good. She creates such good atmospheres. And in this house, there is this heavy, oppressive atmosphere. There are games being played. There are things being done that the 11-year-old Faith doesn't really understand. She's being excluded from a lot of things that are being done. She is, as I said, she knows that her father idolizes his sisters, and these are meant to be the ideal, and she's seeing things she doesn't really understand. She will as an adult. As she's looking back, she understands them as an adult. But it's so well written. You feel like you are sitting in these rooms and you are listening to all this. And as I said, she's such a good writer, because it is upsetting to Faith as an adult to be writing all this down, because it's bringing up these memories. And also at the same time, when she is up there in the country, girls are being gone missing. Little baby girls are being gone missing. And it's all, as I said, there's just this really oppressive atmosphere, as I said, and this naive 11-year-old girl goes into it. But then she's boomeranged back to her parents, and then she's boomeranged back there. But then something happens, like there's a lot of secrets, and then something happens. And as I said, and what leads up to this murder, the murder of one sister by another sister. So it is really good, really, really good. And at one point, she might be about 13 at this stage, Faith is starting to understand that this house is not the normal. It's not normal what's happening in this house. She's been told it is, and she's been told that this is the way to live, but she's understanding that other houses don't have what is happening here. So yeah, it was really good, really, really good. As I said, she was such a good writer. So it says Ruth Rendell as Barbara Vine. I really would recommend these books. I'd give them nearly 5 out of 5, because I said she is so good. She's so good in her writing, in her plotting, in her character development. And I said these atmospheres. And just like in Asta's book, where I felt I was walking down the street with Hensie, I felt I was sitting in the room with these people, listening to everything that was going on. And to me, that makes it a good book. So, yeah, if you can get them, and I think they're still in print, because as I said, she was a very well-known writer. I think she died about 10 or 11 years ago. Ruth Rendell. But as I said, Ruth Rendell, but as writing as Barbara Vine, the Barbara Vine ones, as I said, it's the psychology. And this is what you read in this novel. It's all the psychology and the games that are being played by people. And as I said, false beliefs, and it was really good, really good. And as I said, but overlaying it all is this murder which has affected the whole family, and their actions before it happened and after it happened. It has affected people, as it does. I'm sure it does. With any sort of crime like that, as I said, it's the ripples that go out. And she has captured this just brilliantly, I think. Really good. Really, really good. So that is the first one I have read. I will actually, I'm not going to read the other two yet. I think I might read the Alexander McCall Smith book, but I've been given another book, and if you just wait there, I will show you. I've been given this book as well. And this is a real life story. It's based on a true life story. So yes, I keep being given books. I don't like owning books, but I keep being given books. Helen Garner, of course, is an Australian author, and this apparently this is based on a story that happened in Canberra. But as I said, I'm going to read the other ones before I read this one. And then I said I've still got the two A Fatal Inversion and The House of Stairs in this one. I took back the Sue Grafton book. I did look through it and it didn't really appeal, so I took that one back, so that's one less. But anyway, as I said, that is it for Books on Friday. As I said, I really liked it. I said she's clever in the stories that she thought of. And I did read somewhere, Ruth Rendell as a writer used to think of the ending and then work backwards and have 6 threads that she'd pick one, whichever matched with the ending. Very good writer, English writer. And as I said, that one was very good. And if that's good, I'm hoping the other 2 will be as well, because as I said, Asta's book is my favourite, and I've read this one now as well. So anyway, enjoy your weekend. As I said, I'm going to see an exhibition tomorrow. It's actually nice and sunny and blue skies today, and tomorrow when I'm out, it's going to be raining again, isn't it? That's Melbourne weather for you. Anyway, enjoy your weekend, and I will be back on Monday. Okay, bye.